Bhopal, India. Piper Alpha, United Kingdom. Toulouse, France. Buncefield Depot, United Kingdom. Longford, Victoria, Australia. Hertfordshire, United Kingdom. 3 Mile Island. Pasadena, Texas. Institute, West Virginia. Texas City, Texas. The litany of names of process industry disasters is long and the list continues to grow. We've been working on making our process plants safer for nearly 50 years now, and we've made some progress, but we have very, very far to go. Hi, this is Walt Boyes, editor of Control and ControlGlobal.com, with another edition of Back to Basics for the Process Automation Media Network. Today we're going to talk about managing alarms. An effective alarm management process is one of the essential pillars of what I call inherent safety and what Dow Chemical's Levi Leathers called operations discipline. I'm old enough to be one of the people who worked in a plant that had a panel wall. It was possible for anyone who worked in those plants to walk into the control room and eyeball the panel wall and see that everything was lined out, or instantly see something that was an anomaly. When we went to display screens and DCSs, we lost that visual pattern recognition facility. What we did was develop a generation of operators with literal tunnel vision. This tunnel vision was one of the main contributors to the BP Texas City disaster in 2005. The flow into the column was on one screen on the DCS, while the flow out of the column was on another, and the operators didn't switch screens in time to notice that there was a problem, and the alarms didn't work either. So let's look at how to make alarms work properly. First, we need to recognize that like safety instrumented functions and safety instrumented systems, alarm management is a process, not a project. It is a continuous improvement process and must, as Levi Leathers said, be incorporated into the operating discipline of the plant and the enterprise. The first step in proper alarm management is to define the alarm philosophy. Now, this is a function that requires input and buy-in from senior management, as well as all the plant operators and engineers. Next is what is called alarm rationalization. Many systems have thousands of alarms, just because we can. This rationalization is a process that reduces the number of alarms the operators have to deal with. According to the forthcoming book, Alarm Management for Process Control by Dr. Doug Rothenberg, the way to do this is to start with a blank slate, no configured alarms. Then breaking the plant into its sections and subsections, analyze each subsection for its problems, and decide what the minimum number of alarms necessary really are. You can also start from the present configuration and eliminate alarms until the minimum is reached in every subsection and section of the plant. Either approach works as long as you recognize that an alarm requires operator action, or it shouldn't be an alarm. Rothenberg says that a successful rationalization should yield a significant reduction in the number of configured alarms, on the order of 5 to 10-fold, with a concomitant reduction in eventual alarm activations during operation. It's not unusual, he says, to completely eliminate alarms during normal operations, to have very few alarms during abnormal operations, and to have a manageable number of alarms even during upsets. If that doesn't sound like your plant, this procedure is for you. But you can't just stop with doing an alarm rationalization project. Alarm management must be a continuous life cycle project. Controls change, devices change, alarms change. Without a continuous alarm management system, studies have shown that the reduction in alarms and the improvement in operator performance fades over time. What happens is that another alarm management project must be done to fix the problems again, and another, and another. Making the commitment to a continuous alarm management program over the entire plant life cycle gains continuing incremental benefit that doing project after project does not. But this isn't the end either. Alarm management is only part of the solution to the problem of safety. It must be combined with situation awareness, operator training, and a commitment from the plant management to operating in an inherently safe way. Process safety and security are also critical to preventing the litany of catastrophic events in process plants from growing longer. This has been Back to Basics, Managing Alarms. I'm Walt Boyes reporting for the Process Automation Media Network. Thanks for watching.